Hi, it's me, Vamp, and I'm doing a full review of the Baza. As you know, I'm in the simulacrum. I don't like the simulacrum, but I'm in here for a reason, and I have Ibarra for a reason. But before we get into that, let's actually check out stuff. This is the build I mostly used while I was leveling it up. It really nothing special. Take anything special that could be it and then tone it down like a billion%. Now, I don't typically use guns like this at all. Let's actually check out the description of it. I did a little bit of this in my first look video, but this is where we go a little bit more into detail about stuff. Make easy prey of enemies with this quiet, agile, and pinpoint accurate 10-0 submachine gun. An SMG, huh? Don't mind if I do. I play games in Borderlands. I love SMGs. In Destiny, I don't care for SMGs much at all, honestly. In this game, SMGs, they're alright. They're alright. That's the best praise I can give it for this game, because okay, let's compare it to the Baratin. Stat wise, it does, let's say, okay, in its main category it beats the Baratin, but in everything else the Baratin beats it. Although this does have a bigger critical multiplier and a better status than the Baratin altogether. It might be actually a contender with Baratin Prime, which I have currently right here. Baratin Prime. Baratin Prime has a better status chance, but the Baza has a better critical chance. Now the Status Prime has about double stats for its main stat. You know, that is understandable. It's a Prime. We were only comparing it to the Baratin Prime because why not, right? So yeah, there's really no SMGs per se to compare it to. I guess we could compare it to, why do we keep trying to compare it to the Prime? Let's try to compare it to the regular Burstin, okay? The Burstin, I feel like, is the closest we can get to it. I know it's odd because it looks similar to a Baratin more than a Burstin, but yeah. Its stats aren't that far off. It has better critical chance. It has the same status chance. Now, the Baza's auto Burstin is burst. That makes all the difference to me. I tend to like auto a bit better. Let's copy the color. A lot of people have been saying that this looked like a Nerf gun, which, who knows, maybe the Nerf guns look a lot more nerfy in my days than they used to be. That's the reason I have Ibarra though. And we're not going to we'll simulate one enemy just so you know, I can tell you guys I simulated an enemy. And that's going to stick to a default of level 20. So, one enemy spawned. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Turn that off. Go into Prowl. And then we are going to shoot him dead. Almost dead. Completely dead. There we go. I hope you guys noticed this. It's actually the reason I chose Ibarra versus any other friend. I'm not going out of Prowl, even for a second. Okay, you guys may be saying, Vamp, that's not real impressive. So what? You're not leaving Prowl. It doesn't matter at all. Why are you showing it that? Well, let's go with the Bratin Prime for that example. Go into Prowl. Look, I shot. I'm out of Prowl until I stop shooting. I'm stuck in Prowl till I stop shooting. Plain and simple. Yeah. You know why that is? That is because the Bratin Prime is alarming. Yes, it's alarming. So, it alarms the enemy. Whereas the Baza doesn't. So you can simply just keep shooting, reload even while invisible, go back to shooting while invisible. So, I mean, that's fun, right? To me, that makes it all the difference. Like, I mean, I know that build it like a weak sauce build or whatever, but you know, let's go with no, let's keep our one ancient healer, but we should be able to beef it up a little bit level wise, right? Let's beef it up to 56, okay? Simulate. 56 is the most people might even do. So we go into Prowl, we start shooting it. It still doesn't see us because we're invisible. We keep shooting it. We kill it. It's dead. I mean, we are completely invisible. So that's what it gives. Another option. Usually when I'm Ivara, I have a bow. That's what I have. That's just what I have because that's the only real silent weapon in the game. Unless you only put a hush mod, which would take up a polarity slot. The bow is the only silent weapon in the game. Well, not anymore. This is a SMG. Like, fires full auto. Makes like should realistically make a super amazing amount of noise, ridiculous amount of noise, but it had a built-in hush mod. Yes, that's the best way to describe it. Built-in hush. And what did that mean? That means you can go into Prowl as Ivara, shoot enemies with this without having to worry about going visible again. While firing, you can still fire, be invisible, reload, be invisible, all the way till your energy runs out. Now, it does, as you know, as you saw, have a damage fall off. I mean, not damage fall off per se, but it does less damage than maybe your typical gun of the same. Okay, there is no gun of the same exact, you know, area, but of a similar area. It does less damage of your normal gun of a similar area. But I don't know, it might be worth it to be invisible. Like if you want to be Ivara, you're not good with bows, you don't have to limit yourself to a bow. You can use something like this. That's not too shabby, right? Anyway, let's go into it. The trade-off worth it to you? That's probably the biggest question. Let's go into it. Stats. Speaking of damage fall off, 22 to 34. Let's see. Come with a V polarity by default. That's all it comes with, a V polarity. So take that as you will. Keep that in mind. V polarity. And actually, let's look at the price. And the best way to look at the price is leave the simulacrum. Actually, it's the only way for us to look at the price, because we gotta go to the market to see this price in action. Okay, I wish there was a way that I could just go back to my ship from the simulacrum. Yeah, that sounds like it would be a cool thing to do. It would be a cool rider. A cool rider. Da-na-na-na-na. Dun-dun-dun-dun. No. I'm not a big fan of Breeze. Okay, anyway. Okay, we already looked at that. Vamp, you're losing your mind. The price. The price. Here we go. Okay, so you can buy it by itself, the Baza, for 240 platinum. So, I mean, if that's worth it for you, definitely consider picking it up. It does come with an inventory slot and a potato installed automatically. It required Mastery Rank 7 if you go on the building route. If you buy it, you forego the Mastery Rank requirement. But if you do want to go the building route, you can go in the Tenno lab in the dojo to research this stuff. Now, I must also point out, if you want, you can buy the whole collection that includes the armor, the Baza, and the castle wall. So, yeah. With that said, I didn't even tell you for how much. For 435 platinum is the collection. Or you can buy this by itself for 240 platinum. It will come with a slot and a catalyst, which is a potato, as you may know. Or you can build the blueprint in the Tenno Lab dojo and get full credits and get all the resources needed and build it that way. So with all that said, I will catch you all in a future video. Later.